Hey guys, Pastor Greg Locke here. All I have to say is, well, here we are. We told you that this was going to happen. We've been banging this drum and we have been blowing the alarm for a while. This monkeypox nonsense now today has gone full-blown hysteria mode. We've heard a little bit of rumblings about it the last few weeks, really the last couple of months, gearing up to what we knew was going to be, let's do everything we can in our governmental nonsensical power to stop the midterms, and that's what they're going to do. So today, the World Health Organization, the organization that we have surrendered some of our national sovereignty to, has now declared not a national, but an international crisis because of monkeypox. And I say this is total, what I like to coin the phrase as BS, biblical stupidity. I cannot believe that people are going to swallow this nonsense hook, line, and sinker. This is foolishness, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I have to say, in parentheses, everything in this video is my humble opinion. But it's a very strong factual opinion. But, YouTube and Facebook and everybody wants to can me when I get up and say something bold. But now here we are, monkeypox, World Health Organization, an international crisis. No, it is not. So I'm just going to go on record and let you know. Here's what they want to do. They're going for the next round of lockdowns. We've been telling you that it's coming. And sad to say, some businesses, some churches, and some people are going to believe it and going to go back into isolation, back into depressive, anxiety-filled lockdowns and ruin the economy again, as if the Biden administration has not done already enough. But not only that, now they're going to say, you got to obey the government. Okay, government knows best. No, government does not know best. Okay, government does not know best. You ought to read a history book and figure that out. And then they're going to say, just live in fear. That's what they want. Don't live in faith. You need to live in fear. Use your common sense. Follow the science. Follow the science. Yeah, like men can get pregnant, Google. What kind of science is that? But nonetheless, that's a whole another video for another time. They want you to live in fear. But here's what's coming. Mark my words. Ding, 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 ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Let's close the churches. Let's close the churches. And these sellout preachers are going to do it again. 95% of the churches in America were closed during the COVID debacle. They're going to close down for this monkeypox. I say send on all the monkeys. You can send on all the monkeys, okay? I'm tired of all this foolishness. I've had a gut full of it. We are not closing our church. Not today, not tomorrow, and not if monkeypox breaks out all over the world in every single neighborhood on the planet. We are not closing the doors of our church for more of this pandemic, made-up, governmental-driven nonsense. We are not. Wake up, people. I get sick of people saying, well, if I was alive during the time of Hitler, let me tell you what I would have done then. No. You would have done then what many of you are doing now, which is jack sprat, absolutely nothing. The time for talk is over. It is time to stand up and push back and say, we've had a gutful. Absolutely no more. So let me tell you something. I ain't masking up. I didn't do it the first round. I'm not doing it the second round. I'm not doing that nonsense. We're not masking up people in our church. We put up a sign last time. We got all kind of trouble. Oh my goodness, Greg Locke said they're a campus of faith, not fear. We are. Okay, we're not tolerating masks. We're not closing the doors of our church. We're not locking down. I'm going to make you a promise right now. And I love you, but I love the Lord more than I love you. So I'm going to tell you something right now. Because of my commitment to the gospel, and my commitment to Hebrews 10:25, the local church, the family of the local church, because of my commitment to Jesus, let me tell you something. They will roll tanks into our parking lot, Cobra helicopters, and thousands of soldiers before we will ever even remotely close the doors of our church. And then we're going to fight and not do it. We are not shutting down over this monkeypox stupidity. They're trying to steal another election, ladies and gentlemen. Wake up. Good grief. If you are still as naive the second go round as you were the first go round, my goodness, you deserve the deception that's coming your way. Because God said in 2 Thessalonians that in the last days, people would believe this lie. They would believe this deception. And now the World Health Organization, World Health, they know jack sprat about health, in my humble opinion. And here, the professionals, the scientists have declared a national, an international emergency over monkeypox. We told you that it was coming. And when they declare an international crisis, that means that they control everything. The food chain is going to collapse. Transportation is going to collapse. Inflation is going to rise. It's not going to get better. We've been telling you, prepare, prepare, prepare. We are not QAnon conspiracy theorists. Okay, at this point, we need some new conspiracy theories because all of ours have come true. So I'm just going to go on record and tell you, we didn't shut down the first time. We're not shutting down the second time. So when you need a good Bible preaching, fired up, Holy Ghost filled church to go to, 2060 Old Lebanon Dirt Road, Mount Juliet, Tennessee. It's not been dirt for 50 years, but come on. 2060 Old Lebanon Dirt Road, Mount Juliet, Tennessee, 10:30 on Sundays, 6 o'clock for full-blown deliverance service on Sunday night, 7 o'clock on Wednesday night, and we'll go every night and every day of the week if we have to accommodate the thousands of people that are coming and that continue to come. Look, we baptized over 4,000 converts in a horse trough in a burning hot and freezing cold tent the last 2 years. And I say to God be the glory. We're going to baptize 4,000 more converts during this monkeypox nonsense. We're not going for it. It was stupid then. It's stupid now. Okay? Think about this. We are handing over our nation, our families, our businesses, our churches, our faith, our schools, our children, for God's sake. We are handing all of this over because a buck-wild, demon-possessed, out-of-control, tyrannical government decides what we can and what we cannot do with our life. That's not biblical. That's far from constitutional. That's not even logical, ladies and gentlemen. And there's nothing scientific about this. I'm not living in fear. I'm living in faith. I'm not obeying a government. I'm obeying God. I am not going on any lockdown. Our family's not going to lock down. We're going to live our life, and we are not, come hell or high water, we are not going to close down the doors of our church. I don't care what Joe Biden says, okay? I don't care what any of these people say. And Democrats can say what they want to. The Republicans can say what they want to. We are not closing the doors of our church. Not today, not next week, not next month, not in 6 months. I don't care how bad it gets. I don't care if there's a stinking nuclear attack. God forbid, but I am not closing the doors of this church. Now, we won't be the only one open in America, but we might be the only one of 10 or 20 open in America. I got some good friends that have a rod, iron, steel backbone that are going to stand up. And hopefully, some of these cowardly pastors will get their skinny jeans off and hop in a pulpit and say, you know what? We went out on round 1, but we're not going to do it on round 2. And stand up. We already know Andy Stanley and some of these, foo-foo cotton candy preachers are not going to do it. But at the end of the day, we're staying open, okay? I don't care if that chap's the height of the devil. I don't care how mad that makes you. I don't care what people think. They can call me Jim Jones. They can call me an insurrectionist. They can call me whatever they want to. Oh, he's the next David Koresh. No, I'm just going to stand up and say, we are not closing down, okay? Let me say that again. We are not closing down. Monkeypox, giraffe pox, elephant pox, chicken pox, okay? We ain't closing down for none of the pox, okay? We're not, okay? We are not giving into this. I ain't masking all up, looking like some silly little sheep. No. I ain't doing it on airplanes. I ain't doing it in the streets. We ain't doing it at this church. We sure ain't gonna do it at this church. If the whole world masks up, you ain't wearing masks up in this church. I'm sick of it. If you're under some kind of doctor's orders and cancer treatment, we know who you are. It's all good. But a bunch of protesters show up here with a bunch of masks over this monkeypox nonsense. No, not playing these games. I didn't play it the first time, and I for stinking sure ain't going to play it the second time. I'm more bold now than I've ever been. I'm digging my heels in. We're not quitting. We're not closing. We're not going to stop. So share this video or don't. It don't really matter. They'll probably try to take it down anyhow. But I'm telling you, don't believe it. They're going to say close the churches. I say open the churches. They're going to say live in fear. I say live in faith. They're going to say obey the government. I'm going to say that you ought to obey God over the government. They're going to say lock down. I'm going to say live your life. Good grief. Take your kids to the park. Go on vacation. Go to church. Go to the movies. Right? Go to a restaurant. Go a couple of times a week just to push back. Go support local businesses. Don't believe this foolishness. It is deceptive, demonic influences that are causing this. Okay? There is no global pandemic of monkeypox, just like there was no first round global pandemic. It wasn't then, it's not now. I don't care how mad that makes you. Look, people, we know the facts. The numbers were skewed. We have been lied to. And the fact that people like being lied to shows us that biblical prophecy is coming true. Some people would rather, many people, in fact, would rather believe a lie because it makes them comfortable. Well, if you can sleep with yourself in the middle of the night and believe a lie, great. But I can't know the truth and not tell it. And I know the truth. And the truth is, I'm not believing this nonsense. And so I'm blowing the horn. Bang, 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 bang. I'm beating the drum. I'm turning up the microphone. And I'm going to preach the word of the living God. And nobody is going to stop us. The gates of hell shall not prevail against the church. So Biden and monkeypox aren't going to do it. Okay, what they need to do is keep discovering all the wicked, nefarious, ungodly, low-down, demonic pedophilia all over Hunter's laptop and his cell phone and quit worrying about monkeypox, right? What they ought to do is clean up the White House. That's what they need to do. Need to clean up the White House and quit worrying about your house, quit worrying about my house, and quit worrying about God's house. But at this point, you better hear me, and you better hear me well. I'm fired up. I'm going to be in rare form in the morning as I preach the word of the living God. I've got a story from the Old Testament on my heart that's been birthed in me, and that was before the WHO, World Health Organization, declared an international crisis. Well, I'm declaring an international crisis of stupidity if you believe this stuff. So we're open today. We're open tomorrow. We're going to stay open, and nobody, not even the devil himself, no one is going to stop us from worshiping God. Stop living in fear. Start living in faith.